Hey, what do you say? No zombies on this show. It's the Run-In Podcast. What's up? My name is Tommy Paradise.
It's showtime, folks. It's your boy DJ up here in the rafters.
No zombies up in the rafters either, right, DJ?
No zombies up here. That's what I kind of like up here. Like I was just looking at that. Like zombies will have a hell of a time getting up here with all the gates and stuff you got to go through. So I think I'm good.
The Run-In Podcast this week brought to you by Figure Collections. Make sure you check out figurecollections.com/shop and get your Bull Nakano Retro, your Cella Toys, Bull Nakano Retro. You get 10% off by putting in Run In at checkout, and you get free shipping.
And thank you for folks that have done that. Like we've heard that we've got quite a following trying to get that Bull Nakano. So thank you so much for support, for your support.
Yeah, the code is being used quite a bit, Jack told me. So keep that going, guys. Keep that going. Every week now, thanks to Buy, Sell, Trade Toys, we've got a giveaway. We are giving away a figure thanks to Buy, Sell, Trade Toys.
Yes, sir.
And all you got to do is retweet our episode tweet. It's usually our pinned tweet out on Twitter or our episode post on Instagram. You share that to your story or share it to your feed and tag us in it. You're automatically entered. Last week's winner got a Adam Cole fan takeover free of charge. And that winner is Demon Killer 93 on Twitter, at Demon Killer 93 on Twitter. So make sure you slide into our DMs and we'll get that sent out to you this week. Our giveaway is Black Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, courtesy of Buy, Sell, Trade Toys. We're trying to mix it up a little bit and not just do wrestling. We're trying to do a couple other things as well. So
hey, we cover all the toys here. So
exactly. This week he said we'll throw in the Black Ranger Power Rangers figures. Again, all you got to do is retweet our pinned tweet out there on the Twitter machine, or if you're on Instagram and you find our post with our episode, it's like the 4 pictures with our logo in the middle of it. Just share that. Our Twitter is at Run-In Podcast. The Instagram is at the Run-In Pod. Just retweet or share, and you're automatically entered. And we'll announce next week's winners on next week's show. It's show number 50, DJ, already. The Mookie Betts of
David Robinson
of shows. David Robinson. Those are the only 2 number 50s I can think of.
Those are the 2 best ones.
Yeah.
what number was Singletary?
No idea.
I think it was 50.
No idea, but
yeah, I think we got Mike Singletary in there too.
Let's see. I can't find it quick enough.
Some big bug eyes.
Yeah. Anyway, show number 50, the 1-year anniversary show is coming up here soon. Me and DJ were just throwing around some ideas for show number 50. It might be a little bit different than what you're normally used to, and we're of course lining up some giveaways. So
gotta get some guests. Let's get some.
Ooh, I like that idea. Actually, yeah, I like that idea. Don't forget, the Run-In Podcast is sponsoring the Blitzkrieg Pro, the 3rd annual Luau, featuring JTG. As we are recording this, tickets are on sale now. If you're in the Enfield, Connecticut or New England area, tickets are on sale at blitzkriegpro.net. It sold out in 10 minutes last time. Tickets are still available as of right now, but they are, I believe, going to have a higher capacity than last time because things are starting to open up. So I will be there. My son's coming with me again. He had a blast at the last one. So nice. And one of the guys actually that was on there was actually that was at that show this past the past one we just did with them was on AEW Dark this week. So
nice.
You never know what you're gonna see at a Blitzkrieg show, Blitzkrieg Pro show. So
Blitzkrieg Pro.
Yeah, make sure you, if you're in the area, check it out. Runinpod.com. You can check out our brand spanking new website. Tons of stuff up there. But we just put up a new blog. This is DJ's blog that he actually wrote for another website a while back, but I stole it and then posted it. It's Sting and a Kid from South Central Los Angeles is the title of it. It's all about DJ's connection with Sting and how he got to meet him at WrestleMania Access a couple of years ago and then actually see him in action. So at WrestleMania. So check that out. It is runinpod.com. Just click on the blog and you can find that there. And then it'll bring you to
the tissue ready a little bit on that.
Yeah.
But hey,
honestly, it's a great article. You guys will not be disappointed reading it. I'm not just saying that because DJ is on a Zoom call with me right now. I'm legitimately I remember reading it the first time we posted it, or it was posted, and just being like, man, this is good. This is good. But all the links to everything is easy to find at runinpod.com, our YouTube channel. You can find it right there at runinpod.com. Make sure you subscribe. Our episodes are all up to date on there. Finally got all the episodes up there. Took me a little while. I was slacking, but
real life was happening.
Exactly. It's still happening. Life,
damn adulting.
Life happens, man. So they're up there. I've said it before. I'm gonna try to be better about putting the episodes on there faster. Not waiting until Monday to put them up, but
so you can see our mugs on your computer or
that's right,
or your television.
And you can see our weekly purchases and stuff like that we'll get into later in the show. DJ, man, you got the one more thing. Sorry. Yep. A link to our Pro Wrestling Tees store is up on that website as well.
Please.
The direct link is prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod, but you can just click on the shop link on runinpod.
The best way to support us, folks.
.com. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, DJ, as I was saying, you got that vigilante drip flowing, my man?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else going with you tonight, or just the drip?
Right now, just the I had to pause my gaming. I got a couple of followers out that on my
on the Twitch
that I guess getting some popcorn and watching me shoot people on Mass Effect. Especially the TNT on Instagram. That guy, he definitely helps us out on this show, and he's definitely a great fan.
He's a big fan. Yeah, he's a big fan.
And I saw that he started following me there, and I appreciate it.
Nice. Mike Lanham, friend of the show, actually set up the Run In Podcast Twitch. We just need to figure out what we're going to do with it. So there is going to be a Run In Pod Twitch coming, and the MLB The Show League is going to be coming soon. I'm thinking mid-June. We'll fire that up after the Baltimore show. So we'll fire up a little league. If you're in the Fig Cave,
after you guys get kicked out of Baltimore,
follow or join the Fig Cave Facebook group, and all the details will be posted in there. We'll post it out to our social media and stuff as well. We fucked up, man. We got a lot of Kenny's corrections here. Let's see. I said Tyler Breeze was NXT champ. Not just Kenny last week messaged me that Tyler Breeze was never NXT champion.
I must have been threatening for Kenny's job. That's what the funny thing about this.
Tyler Breeze was never NXT champ. I must have been thinking about Bo Dallas or something.
I think you're thinking about Bo Dallas. That's kind
Tyler
of
Breeze
I can see that.
And then for 2 out of 3 falls match, a few people messaged me on this too. Ric Flair and Arn Anderson versus the Hollywood Blondes, Clash of Champions. First fall, Flair pins Pillman, and the second was a DQ due to Barry Windham interference hitting Flair. So we were talking about 2 out of 3 falls last week, and how every time there's a 2 out of 3 falls match, it always goes to 3 falls. Charles Andrew, friend of the show, he sent me a message about one as well. I don't have his message up as readily available. I think I told him to F off because that's because it's Kenny's job. So I'm trying to find it though. What did he say to me? Oh man, I'm not prepared. Tyler Breeze is not champ. Yeah, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was somebody else. Like I said, I got a few messages from people telling me there was an Usos tag match where it didn't go the full 3 falls. So I was wrong. I was wrong, people. I get it.
Oh, that was kind of nitpicky though. The vast majority go all 3 falls.
Absolutely.
With the heel getting the first fall.
I think Kenny had one more thing. Hold on 1 second here. One last update, Tom. Yes, AEW's WrestleMania is double or nothing. It was their first pay-per-view as a company. All Out was just a pay-per-view to showcase who's coming and who may come.
Telling us that we were correct.
That's right. So that's Kenny's corrections for this week. Remember, you can follow Kenny at the Call Up. He told us some guests he's got coming up on his YouTube show.
Man.
He's got some home run guests. So be on the lookout.
I don't know who he's got on the take for the talent acquisitions, but man.
I asked you about your drink. I've got of course a bang going. Purple Haze this week. Purple Michael P.S. Haze going right now.
I was gonna say some Jimmy.
Other than that, though, man, I think we are ready to dissect this Backlash pay-per-view. What do you say, man?
Let's dissect it. We gotta make up for for Sunday night.
That's right. All right, guys. In the ring, it's brought to you by Buy Sell Trade Toys on Instagram and Twitter. He's at BST_toys on Twitter. Buy Sell Trade Toys on Instagram, and don't forget, use the code RUN10 to save 10%. Have you seen his page lately, by the way?
Yes.
My God. He's got Lucy's for sale.
Yep.
Great sets of Lucy's and great prices, man. Brand new Angel Garza up there for $12. Let's see here. He's got the Brock Ultimate Edition for $45. I almost jumped on that, and somebody beat me to it.
Somebody beat you. All right.
Bianca Belair for $13. Edge for $18. And then he's got a Grail set up there, man. He's got WWE Elite Legend Road Warriors.
How about to say the LOD?
MOC.
Yeah.
For $400.
You just shake your head at looking at his page sometime. And just like and a note on those Lucy's, like those are just ones that had damaged packaging and he just opened because the packaging was so damaged. So those are brand new. That's not, he's not getting you some secondhand stuff here. This is right. This is stuff that just had damaged packaging.
Yep. Yeah, those Road Warriors, if you're thinking about it, you can use our code RUN10, save 10%. That's $40 off that $400. You're getting those for $360. So,
yep.
All right. So we have to apologize. We had some technical difficulties with doing a live reaction show to WrestleMania Backlash. I was busy winning a men's league hockey championship. So we went undefeated this year. We did not lose a freaking game. So pretty proud of that, and pretty proud that we won the championship for the first time. It took overtime. We won 6-5 in overtime, but we got the job done. It's men's league, man. There's not a lot of defense, but it was a lot of back and forth. Both teams brought their A game, and that was the smallest margin we have won by all season. So it was a great game. But so we screwed up some things on the back end here, trying to get the Backlash show going. So it didn't happen, but we're going to dissect this show right now, man.
Yep.
Let's do it. Backlash. Oh, man.
You can just call it Backlash. I think everybody that listens to this show gets that.
Should we start with the good or the bad? What do you say? Should we start with the good or the bad?
Let's start with the bad, and then we'll not leave the nasty taste.
I don't know what there is to say as far as bad. Like, there's not much worse than this fucking zombie bullshit.
I've been reading people's comments on the zombie match. I didn't like it. I didn't like the zombie match. I didn't think I thought, I don't know. I almost thought you could do that on Raw. Like that's like the way Raw is, you can pretty much have a zombie match on Raw.
I don't think they needed to do it anyway.
But if you're gonna do it, right? I mean, this is Vince. Once he gets get his mind that he's gonna do it, then it's gonna happen. So if it's gonna happen, I wouldn't have done it on a big Sunday pay-per-view. But us as wrestling fans, let's not forget Undertaker. And you could probably say Kane or zombies. The the Fiend is basically a zombie. So it's like we accept zombies in wrestling, but just this as a lumberjack match though, where you have a whole room full of them, and then like you have the guys that are supposed to be in a match fighting the zombies, like that's where I think the line they were some habitual line steppers for that one.
My problem with this is, yes, Undertaker is supposed to be a supernatural character. Kane, obviously, the Fiend. Yes, they have these mysterious powers and stuff like that. I get that. I totally get it. This was a match that was an advertisement for a movie.
Right.
And then you had the Thunderdome change to whatever it was supposed to be. You had the random zombie come out from underneath the table, from the announce table, and then them guys acting like they didn't know it was there.
Oh,
there's just so many bad things to this. I don't get it, man.
It was
Vince is losing his mind. He's losing touch.
Well, I mean, he might be crazy like a fox, though. I'm pretty sure they gave him a pretty penny for doing that.
And this was stupid as hell. I felt bad for Damian Priest, who's having a great year so far, having to be put in the middle of this. And then I feel bad for The Miz because not only was he put into this, he got hurt in it and tore his ACL.
Oh, great.
Shout out to him, by the way, for finishing this match.
Right. So this is like Samoa Joe all over again. Samoa Joe hurt himself in a commercial. Yeah, you got another guy that basically hurt himself in basically a commercial.
Basically a commercial, yeah. So poor Miz, man. Miz is on top of the world and that having a great run here, and
bringing Damian Priest with him.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep. And it ends in a zombie match, and he tears his ACL. Come on, that's how you're gonna treat your one of your stars.
So Drip's gonna have some more work then. Huh?
Actually, I was thinking that today that maybe Johnny Drip gets a nice little U.S. title push.
Ooh, I can go for that. I can go for that.
Oh no, he's on Raw though, right?
So let's see. Yeah, that's U.S. title, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. So why not get
or is it Intercontinental? I know they keep switching.
Intercontinental's on SmackDown. U.S. is on.
Right. That's
on
right,
Raw.
because we got the Nigerian Warrior is the.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. So we're back.
Yeah. Nice little reset there. Yeah. So I just, man, for me, it was bad because I went in this totally knowing what happened. I watched Backlash on Monday. And all I could think of was please God, this match is coming. Now let's talk about the good. I don't really have much more to say about let me say one thing here about the zombie thing though, because all these AEW marks are are shitting on Vince for this. However, Howard Finkel voice. However, AEW has a goddamn zombie woman wrestler. Right. You can't shit on WWE for doing this.
Not to mention having gimmick matches such as a guy getting thrown into a vat of quote orange juice. So
right.
Please stop. Don't do that. Don't do
that. So somebody slid into our DMs. It might have been Sal Russo who said Tommy just loves shitting on AEW. I've said it before though, man. We are equal opportunity shitters. I will shit on anything that's bad in the world of wrestling. Last week we talked about peeing on people. This week we're talking about shitting on things.
What is happening to this show?
Welcome to the Running Podcast.
Just a year in and we're already
Now, take away the zombie match. I actually thought this pay-per-view was not bad. Wrestling wise, the matches were good. You got Dominic and Ray get their tag team title. They get their sweet little moment together.
Right.
You got Bianca Belair and Bayley was a banger.
Yeah.
You got Lashley and Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman Even that was a banger, even with Braun Strowman in it. Like, obviously, we know Lashley and McIntyre can tear the house down,
right?
But you throw Strowman in, and who knows?
I don't even think they had the train sound, huh? They didn't do that, right?
I didn't recognize it, or I didn't
hear it. Yeah.
And then the match of the night, hands down, Cesaro and Roman Reigns.
Oh man,
I want Roman Reigns, man, to get the title so bad. Like, this is one of those matches where, like, I knew what was going to happen, but like while I'm watching it, I'm actually believing that Cesaro might win this. You know, there's a couple times there where I'm like, oh my God, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. And then obviously it doesn't happen.
So
go ahead.
I got to talk about marks with this match. So again, I'm not going to, this is not even shitting on AEW. This is just some marks out there that, you know, I saw them. Oh, you know, just because Cesaro didn't win this, like, oh, they're not treating Cesaro right, and he should go to AEW. And it's just like,
they're jamming Roman down our throats.
Oh God, it's just like, dude, they just put on, like, you know, one of the best matches. Cesaro put on a hell of a performance, and that's what you wanted. Like, that's like, I think he showed everybody in the whole company that, yeah, he can be in a main event and do his thing, and everybody and us be emotionally invested. Like, that's basically what being a superstar is. And you know, and not everybody, that's not supposed to happen. You're not, you know, it's not going to happen for everybody to win it your first time going after it.
I love they're shoving Roman down our throats argument, because what world champion haven't they shoved down our throats?
In any company,
right? Hulk Hogan, Flair, Sting, you know, Goldberg. I'm not trying to be funny at all, but like, literally every world champion, Bret Hart, has been shoved down our throat.
They're the face of the company. The world champion is the face of the company.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, he's got the cover of the. You know, he's gonna be, him and Sasha are gonna be on the cover of the game. You know,
right. I love Drew McIntyre. I loved his run, and yeah, they shoved him down our throat. Like, they're the champions. They're supposed to be unbeatable. Like, that's the deal.
I think some guys just need to get over that. What you thought about Roman when he first went on his solo run didn't come to pass.
Right.
Like, everything you thought didn't happen, and it didn't come to pass, and he's better than you thought he was. And it's just, some people just cannot just put that down and say, okay, I was wrong about that, and let me move on. They can't do it.
I'll admit, man, I hated Roman in the beginning, but like, this heel run, let's go. Like, let's enjoy it. Let's have some fun with it. Like, I got nothing bad to say about his heel run.
Even the new theme is banging even.
Yeah, I just don't know who's going to beat him. It's got to be Brock, like, comes back or something for him to lose. But we'll wait and see. We don't need to get ahead of ourselves there with that. But
I think we got. I mean, because I think something may happen at SummerSlam, but we'll see. Like, let's see what happens with the storyline with Jimmy here being kind of a loose end.
And then last thing we just didn't talk about was the triple threat, the Ripley, Asuka, and Charlotte triple threat. Another good match. But you put these three into a match, I don't think anybody thinks anything's going to go bad or anything's going to go wrong. Like, it's going to be a solid match.
Right.
I thought every match on this card was actually decent, except for the zombie match. But if you think about it, going back to the AEW pay-per-view that we watched in March, wrestling fans only remember the bad stuff, and that's what happens.
The end of the show. You ended the show with the bad thing.
Zombies weren't at the end of the show, though.
No, I mean, exactly. They put that in the middle, so that.
You're talking about the AEW.
I'm talking about the AEW show. Yeah,
gotcha. I'm just saying, like, wrestling fans only remember the bad stuff. So, like, when I got home Sunday night, all I saw was people talking about the zombie stuff. I didn't see anything about any of the matches. It was just the zombie this, zombie that. What the hell? This is stupid. What are they doing? Blah blah blah. About the zombie match, and I'm like, All right. Well, I'm gonna watch this. I didn't like watch it necessarily. I'm not gonna say I watched it open-minded, but I watched it and I formed my own opinion on it, and I moved on. I watched the rest of the pay-per-view and enjoyed
card match. Like what
Yeah, and I enjoyed the rest of the matches, and I feel terrible that the Miz tore his ACL.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah,
that's shitty, man. That's so shitty. But let's keep it going here. We got to talk about our predictions and how we did here. Let's see. Where did I put the predictions? Here they are. All right. So we'll start with the Miz and Damian and why can I not fucking think of his I'm looking at it right here. Damian Priest. Jesus Christ. It's been a long week already.
Yeah.
Damian Priest and the Miz. We both picked the Miz, and Damian Priest got the win. So that's a wrong for both of us.
All right.
We both picked Roman Reigns. That's a win for both of us. We both picked Rey Mysterio and Dominic. That's a win for both of us. We both picked Rhea Ripley. Again, win for both of us. Bianca, both a win for us. Here's where it came down to. Bobby Lashley gets the win over Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. You picked Drew. I picked Bobby Lashley. Bro, you better find a box. Send that bitch back because I am back to being on top. Back to being prediction champion, baby.
Freaking Milk Dud winning that damn match.
Ninja Turtle. My son always refers to him as a Ninja Turtle. But that was a tough.
I can see that too.
That's a tough loss, man, because it came down to one match between the two of us. One stinking match. It literally could have gone either way.
And we knew both of us knew Strowman was not winning this.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that would have been awkward for Braun Strowman to win. Drew McIntyre technically hit the winning move, just it makes the pin.
Yeah. So next pay-per-view is Double or Nothing. So that
I'm about to say it's A-Dub
next weekend.
Is it
so
really?
you literally could put that in the mail. I could get it and literally not even open it, and it'd be back on its way back to you. So we really should just buy another one and just have like one of us has it, over our shoulder or something while we're recording.
Right. Yeah, that might be an idea.
We'd save a lot more on.
It'll be cheaper, actually.
Yeah. Although I got some stuff I got to ship to you. So, and we were talking before. You got something you got to ship me. So, it just works out for now.
Right.
We'll figure it out. But time to get to the rest of the week in wrestling. We've changed our format here a little bit, where we each pick 3 things from the week in wrestling, from the weekly shows. We'll talk about the news and stuff like that here after this, but we're each picking 3 things here. DJ, you want to go first, man?
All right. Let's see. Let's go with Brunson Reed.
Yeah.
I was very happy for this guy. Another guy I just see working really. You can tell he works really hard at this, and he really cares about what he's doing. You can see the emotion in his face as he became the North American champion for NXT. And you could tell that wasn't just for the gimmick. He was the guy, he was really into it. Yeah. So, I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's on his way, so
I'm happy for him as well, man. I love seeing the big men get their push, and like, that was a great match.
Yep.
I'm sad my boy Johnny Gargano no longer has the title, but I thought it was
it's not going to affect him at all. Like he's already established.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he's going for the bigger and better things, if you will.
Yeah, I think I will on that. Yeah.
But Brunson Reed, man, great story, great match. Excited to see what's next for that North American title. North American title, such a good looking belt too.
I like those titles where the leather kind of overlaps the metal plates.
I like the color of it. Is what
it's something different.
Me. Yeah, it's something different for me. It's got a very old NWA feel to it. So
right.
For me, my number one is new champions as well. I'm going with Natty and Tamina as tag team champions. They won it on SmackDown, and I will admit I've been guilty of shitting on, again, equal opportunity shitter. I feel like that should be one of our next shirts. But I have been guilty of shitting on Tamina and Natalya for as far as, they don't want to be, they don't want to be mentioned in the same breath as their fathers, and then they're doing their finishing moves and stuff like that. Like, there's just a lot there where to complain about. But, you look at what these two women have done in the last 10, 15 years, probably, that they've been in, the
solid
company.
Matches.
Yeah, they've had solid matches. This is a great, this is probably the last run for both of them. Yeah. And it's better than them getting the, the women's titles or anything like that. So I think it's a good way. I think it gives some credibility to the women's tag titles. Hopefully they'll run with it and let, the titles actually mean something again. But yeah, I was happy. I was actually happy for Tamina and Natalya. And I'll be honest with you, what the hell was I doing Friday night? I don't remember what I was doing Friday night, but the hell was I doing? Anyway, I remember seeing this on social media or whatever, and actually going back and watching it, and just, it was a good match. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax actually put together a nice little match with them as well, and I'm kind of glad to see, or kind of interested to see where they go with Jax and Baszler next.
Well, I mean, if you remember, they had a good exchange at WrestleMania. We thought that's where Natty and Tamina probably should have won. But those four had good, whatever you feel about those four wrestlers, they have good chemistry. That's just, it doesn't, sometimes it just clicks like that.
Right.
So yeah, I think this is I agree with you. I think this is probably kind of their last hurrah. I would spice it up even. I would do kind of an SCU kind of a thing where they're like, hey, if we lose these titles, that'll be it for us. I would do something like that and then have them hold on to it for when, SummerSlam or whatever it is that they're gonna tone down being in the ring.
Yep.
Because I can see Natty, from what I hear, is I think she'll be great for the Performance Center. I hear that she's a very good, backstage presence and teaching the women what to do in the ring, especially from that lineage. I would, even as a man, I would, I would take some advice from her too.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I would have them go. I would spice it up. Hey, if we ever lose these, that'll be it for us, And I think that would, like you said, that would add some spice to the tag team titles. They're actually a really good team. Like you're saying, it's kind of, regardless of how we felt before, let's look at right now. Right now, they are looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, DJ, what's your next item on your list?
Let's go to AEW. Let's talk about Anthony Ogogo.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
So that's the British guy that Cody is having a feud with right now. He was actually an Olympic boxer. And only thing, the only thing I'm not going, I'm just not buying with this guy is that his thing is that he kind of gives you a kidney punch and then you go down and then the referee calls the match. It's come on, man. Give me a few moves. You hit the punch. I say he does the punch and then does a finisher and then a pin, not this. Oh, he's knocked out because he can't, a body punch knockout. I don't need those. And then, in Cody's, there's a little bit of controversy, I'm being facetious. with with Cody's promo last week, and this guy, being from another country, and Cody wanted he's going to use the American Dream thing now, and all of the other things he said. He's kind of because a lot of people are not happy with what Cody said. This guy, he's supposed to be the heel, but I think he's gonna, when they're in front of a crowd, he might be the baby face. That was the thing that kind of intrigued me about this story.
I did not see. I watched bits and pieces of AEW, and I did not. I actually remember you're giving me a hard time quizzing me on what this dude's name is, and I remember being like, what the hell is this guy's name?
Anthony Ogogo. Yep.
I was like, who the hell
is this?
It's the last
name that gets it for me. I'm like, okay, I'm not forgetting I'm not gonna forget his name. Ogogo. That's kind of dope, actually.
I was like, who the hell is this? Who is this guy? So yeah, I was kind of like, huh. All right. We'll see what happens here, I guess. But I'm gonna stick with AEW.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell you, DJ.
All right.
Max Caster is the best thing going on AEW.
All right.
You want to know something? So I don't know if I'm if I should be telling this out of school or whatever, but when that Blitzkrieg show, Max Caster was there,
right?
And I was at his table. I was just kind of shooting the shit with him. And before I left the table, I told him, I said, dude, I gotta be honest with you. I go, you are, and I paused for a second. And because I was like, I don't know if I should tell him he's the best thing on AEW right now, because in my mind, I'm like, am I insulting the company or whatever? Insulting some of his friends and stuff like that. And he goes, you can say it. I'm the best thing going on AEW. And I was like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
The dude can work, right? He's obviously phenomenal on the microphone. He is the Shawn Michaels to Marty Jannetty in that tag team as well, in the Acclaimed. It's just a matter of time before those two break up, and he is off and running and going for that TNT title. I don't know if he'll be a headliner or a main eventer, but he's definitely going to have that TNT, or as we'll talk about a little bit later on in the show, maybe the TBS title. That's going to be that is going to be around his waist at some point. I'm calling it now. Calling it now. That rap he had last night. Also, why are Mox? This is actually, I have two things for AEW, and we'll just jump into the next one here. Right. Why are Mox and Kingston a tag team? Doesn't AEW have a ton of fucking tag teams? Again, equal opportunity shitter. I don't want people being like, you love shitting on AEW, but guys, there is a million tag teams, I feel like, in AEW. Why are they taking a former world champion, Jon Moxley, and putting him with Eddie Kingston and making them a tag team? And they're going for the Young Buck. They stole the fucking Young Buck's shoes.
And wouldn't people be saying that Moxley's getting buried right now? Like if this was right. Vince, he's a world champion and now he's in these nothing storylines in a random tag team. I can hear it now.
To me, the stealing of the Young Buck's shoes was the equivalent of Angel Garza shoving a rose up Drew Gulak's ass.
How about the new theme
for the Young Bucks?
No, for Mox.
Oh, yes, the Wild thing. Yeah, what year is it? Is Major League back in the theaters?
Dude. And they're not even using that version. Like if you were maybe using the version that Ricky Vaughn came out to, maybe, that version of it was a little bit more up tempo and more up to date when he came out of the bullpen. But this is the old 60s version of it.
real quick, funny real life story. My kids' little league team, for opening day, we did they had asked me to bring my DJ equipment and stuff. I've done this before where we give the kids let the kids pick their intro music and or their walk-up songs and stuff. Right. And one of the kids actually picked the Major League version of Wild Thing. I was dying.
I was brought up correctly.
Yeah, I told his dad, I'm like, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right. All the other kids are picking shitty hip hop songs and your kid's picking Wild Thing. I love it. All right, DJ, what do you got for your last thing here?
According to Bleacher Report, Kofi versus Bobby Lashley increased Raw's ratings.
That's good. They need something, man. They needed something. And
it was a good seg. Like, they had a good match. Like like that part of Raw was good. Like,
and Kofi won.
Exactly. And then they were on and then to kind of add to this, I don't know if you saw the after Raw. But they, he and Xavier were talking about the win, and they were, and he found, and by the end of it, Kofi's on top of the table saying, "Yeah, I might be the next W." You know how they do that, and they're rotating the hips, and he's like laying on the table, rotating his hips, if you know what I mean. So,
oh man, I'm all for another Kofi run. KofiMania 2, let's do it.
I can do it. I'm with that, especially because again, like they put like the styles of Bobby Lashley and Kofi just really it makes for a good match. So yeah.
Think about this too. When was the last time there was back-to-back African American WWE champions? If Kofi actually won, I don't think that's ever happened, right?
I'm gonna say never.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say never.
There you go. But another I feel like WWE loves that stuff. They're like, yeah, we did this. We let this African American man be champion. We're the best. We're better than you.
And if you don't think so, you're fired.
I mean, I'd be like the Kofi Mania run, man, was so much
fun.
So much fun.
The only thing I didn't like about the whole thing, very nitpicky, was after when he was defending the title, he's still coming out throwing pancakes.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I didn't like about it.
I thought, it's I'm not a huge fan of the pancake thing, but whatever. It makes no sense, but whatever. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just like something like, I'm like, what are you guys doing? But whatever, to each his own, all right, guys. Anything else to add, DJ?
I think we did it.
All right. That is it for not in the ring, but for our each picking our 6 things. We're cruising right along here. In the news and just the other random stuff that we'll talk about here with wrestling. The Nick Gage Dark Side of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this freaking not shook me. Yeah, it shook me, I guess. It definitely shook me.
You can say it shook you, yeah.
I didn't know a lot about Nick Gage before I watched this. So maybe that was like part of it, but like I knew the name, but I was like, this is just some dude. And it made me realize I never want to watch a death match. I'm okay with not. I think I said this to you in our chat or our group chat or something. I said it somewhere. Right. I would rather watch the AEW pay-per-view there, the Moxley and Omega death match, than an actual real death match after watching that Nick Gage documentary. Because it's just like, I watch wrestling as an escape. I know it's sports entertainment.
Right.
I don't really want to see people, I don't want to see Nick Gage die in a helicopter because of a match or something like that. Like, it's just a little too violent, a little too real, if you will. So I'm okay with the AEW bullshit death matches.
Like you said, it does not need to go that far. Like that's what I was thinking for a good portion of that documentary. I was just it just doesn't have to go that far.
Right.
And for people that need that, like I'm just like, I don't know if you guys get the point of what we're, this form of entertainment, if you think it needs to go that far for it to be entertaining. Because I remember, because those were even if you go to the Cactus Jack and Terry Funk matches, they didn't do a lot of the stuff you see these guys, guys like Nick Gage doing.
Yeah.
I
agree.
When Mox was talking about the pizza cutter thing.
Yep.
So to me, it's just like, okay, that was unprofessional. Like, you damn near, cut a guy's tongue out. You damn, he's like, wait. And then even Mox said, now I couldn't trust him for the rest of the match.
Right. And that's what that is what kind of came to my mind was like, you're trusting your body with these guys. You're trusting, that, when you're working with somebody, you're trusting that they're going to take care of you and you take care of them. And then that's happening. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm all set, man. Dude is a lunatic. The David Arquette stuff was crazy too.
Yeah. Cause he specifically said, hey, don't cut me. Like you could throw, you could throw me through stuff. You can, like he just didn't want to be cut on purpose. And boom, he just does it. Like, it's just like, man, so it made me very indifferent. Like, I'll just say that by the end of the documentary for Nick Gage, because it's just like at the same time, because it's like, I mean, we're going to talk about New Jack, but it's just like, when you watch the New Jack one, it kind of like but it's just like, but New Jack gave you a chance. It's like, okay, we're going to do this. Now, the second that you back out of something that you said you were going to do, then you got jacked up by New Jack. It wasn't just like there were, as you heard the stories, there were reasons that people got jacked up by New Jack.
Right. We'll jump right to it, man. New Jack passed away this past week. New Jack was another one who I didn't really know a whole lot about until I watched the Dark Side of the Ring of him, and I'm so glad
really?
Yeah, I mean, I knew who he was, and I knew about some of the stuff, but I didn't know a lot of the stuff that was in the Dark Side of the Ring. Mm-hmm. And I had a whole new respect for New Jack. I've never really been we've talked about it before. Like I've never really been a huge ECW mark. And I feel like the stuff hasn't really aged well on the network and stuff like that. So, it's just like, I never really got into New Jack back in the day, but now as an older, fan, and just watching that story, the Dark Side of the Ring, I really, really became, I don't want to say I became a fan, but definitely respected him in a different way. After watching that, and just thought he was crazy and awesome. And, it was sad to see. He's like 50 something and passed away. Man. Insane.
Well, I mean, so yeah, I did watch a lot of ECW. I watched the Balls Mahoney thing live, like both of the incidents actually I saw live. Like when Balls Mahoney landed on his head and when he came back and threw him off of a scaffold. I saw both of those. And this one hurt. Like this one to me hurt. Like I just felt like if I wish he had a little bit better of an attitude, because he should have been more of a star than he was. Yeah. I mean, you almost damn near, like, I remember, like, if you go to YouTube and see some of his interviews, he makes a very compelling point that they got the Stone Cold character from him. Like, he was supposed to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. But he just didn't fit, like, at that point, he did not fit WWEF. So he just kind of stayed on the path that he was on. And then the Balls Mahoney thing happened, and that really, then he was really not going to be a WWE kind of a guy after that, because he, legitimately got a little bit of brain damage from that, which probably, like, I'd like to hear more. Like that probably contributed to this death. It would not surprise me.
I think they said heart attack was like,
and then the coke. Like he even said he sniffed a lot of coke, and that messes up your heart in the long run, folks. when you sniff a lot of coke.
Drugs are bad. Okay. So this actually I put out on our Twitter and our Instagram. If you had to choose, who would you rather face, Nick Gage or New Jack? Instagram said 67% Nick Gage, 33% said New Jack, and then 54.5% on Twitter said New Jack. 45.5% said Nick Gage on Twitter. Who would you pick, DJ? Who would you pick?
Just for this, like what we just mapped out here, I'm going New Jack, because I feel like I can come to him and say, hey, let's have the match go like this. and again, follow all your rules. Like, when he says, hey, let's talk about this in the back, you go to the back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just you like, hey, you can call the match. Like you basically got to give him the match and say, I don't want to get hit with this, that, and the other. And I think he would respect that. And then you let him tell you what you can do. And then I think you would be fine. Whereas Nick Gage kind of showed that I don't think you can trust him as an opponent. So yeah, I'm going New Jack.
I'm going New Jack as well. I was actually surprised that people I'm surprised 67% picked Nick Gage.
I think probably a little bit of recency.
Yeah.
As they saw the documentary and
yeah. So, all right, moving right along here. HBK, the biography on A&E. I thought a lot of this was like recycled footage from the DVD that came out a couple of years, like 2002. I think that DVD came out.
They labeled those parts. Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, I thought it was good, man. I thought it was, they haven't missed, even with Macho Man, getting buried in his, besides, that little tidbit, they haven't really missed on these.
No, and then like I said, they're gonna get just a tad darker now after the first couple, and they still, HBK's, he had his demons.
Yeah.
I think they went into a little bit more detail about it in this one than they did on the documentary that you could probably, it's like, has Peacock loaded those back up yet? All those
I'm not sure. I was messing around on Peacock the other day, actually. But I didn't go too deep into it. So I'm not sure if those documentaries are on there.
Because that's the only thing I'm really missing on Peak, because I like going back and watching those.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought they went in a little bit more into detail, like especially like that the Stone Cold like the WrestleMania with Stone Cold and Mike Tyson.
Yep.
I think we got a little bit more in that story. We already know about the Montreal screw job.
I know. What else can be said about the Montreal screw job? Like, I was thinking that while I was watching this, I'm like, they're going to talk about, obviously they have to talk about it. It's part of his story,
right?
But I'm like, what are they going to tell us that we don't know about the screw job? Like, is there going to be anything?
They even have an episode on the screw job.
Right. Exactly. Well, that was Dark Side of the Ring, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, so this was a question that was on, it was one of the WWE social media accounts, but one of, Sal Russo, who's a loyal listener, sent it to us. DJ, where does HBK rank for you amongst the greatest of all time? Like, not your favorites, but the greatest of all time.
Just overall greatest of all time. He's gotta be. I gotta put him top 5.
See, I can't do it. I've never not been a Shawn Michaels fan. I just think there's other guys. I made a list here.
Go ahead.
Whole world of wrestling. Guys that had a bigger impact than Shawn Michaels.
Okay, let's hear this.
Hogan.
Okay.
Flair.
Okay.
Austin.
So see, go ahead. So Austin, okay. That's
Rock.
3. So
Undertaker. Right. That's 5 right there.
All right. So I'm gonna say, I think Undertaker and Shawn, you can almost say, are lateral. The other 4, they kind of even go beyond wrestling. Like, you can walk up to somebody who doesn't really watch wrestling and name those other 4, right? The Undertaker and Shawn, I think, are about, I feel like they're about on the same, like, for the people you just named, about on the same level.
Yeah, I just can't. I don't know. Even like Sting, I would put ahead of him. So like there's 5 right there. Right. I just feel like they're like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Shawn Michaels hater. But no,
it's a tough question. Like, there's a lot of people that that when we're talking all time, like that means you're giving me everybody ever wrestled.
This isn't going to be very popular, but I put Bret Hart over Shawn Michaels. Maybe not. Maybe not Bret Hart. Maybe not Bret Hart.
See, this is where I kind of fell out with Bret Hart. What it was right about, like it was the Montreal Screwjob. It was his reason, like, and watching Wrestling with Shadows, like it was like he just seemed like, hey, like he was acting like he's the world champion, and like and almost like it was like almost his privilege. I kind of came off as, in my opinion, like, oh, I should be the world champion because I'm the most virtuous character and all that. And I'm like, that's not how this works. This is a business. Like this is, how come you can't see that? Okay, you want to go to WCW, you can't be the champion anymore. Like that's that's kind of 1 + 1 is 2. Like, what are you kidding? Like, and then you're gonna tell me where you're gonna, I'm the owner of the company, you're gonna tell me where you're gonna lose my belt? No.
Yeah, no. I agree with you, because I was a Bret Hart mark when I was a kid. He was my favorite besides Flair, and for a long time he was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And the screw job and him just being so sour and stuff like that is where I definitely lost it. But
he's definitely one of my, like as a kid, one of my favorite entrances.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like walking down the school hallway, I can hear the Bret Hart music playing though. Like when you're walking down the hallway and you have you have kids to the left and right of you, and then I just hear the guitar music start.
Yeah, I just can't put Shawn Michaels in my top 5. I don't know why.
It's I don't like know. All those WrestleMania performances.
I know. Just to kind of circle back here real quick about the A&E biographies. There was an article put out on ProWrestlingStories.com where Lanny Poffo reacted to the Macho Man one.
Ooh, I want to hear this.
It actually isn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. 75%. He said, quote, 75% of the A&E biography episode on Randy Savage was great. 20% was lousy and 5% was horrible, end quote. And that was Lanny Poffo. He said the people responsible for the 5% are Stephanie Bellers, which is Gorgeous George, and Bubba the Love Sponge. Well, these are the two people that speak with authority with absolutely no validity. Bubba, for instance, speculated on who Randy loved all his life. Yeah, he wasn't even on Randy's Christmas list. So how is he going to know that? And we kind of said the same thing. Like, that Bubba the Love Sponge kind of not ruined it, but just wasn't necessarily in there.
He didn't deserve that much time.
Yeah. So,
in fact, Lanny should have had more time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna like that's. Like one thing about Lanny Poffo, like again, for whether you like him or not, I find him very like I like the way he speaks. Like you could tell he's well thought out when he has something to say. Is what I'm saying when I say that. Yeah. And I mean those numbers, like that's about accurate. Like when you really think about it.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, when you really think about it, that's the only thing that, like pretty much everybody does not like about that documentary. When you start getting the Love Sponge and Gorgeous George, like that's where it starts going downhill.
She just needed a paycheck, Gorgeous George.
Probably, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so that wraps. We had the Sergeant Slaughter Hidden Treasures or whatever it's called. I always call it the wrong thing. This week, Ultimate Warrior biography will be on. I don't know what's on Dark Side of the Ring. I forget. Yeah, is it the Japan one? I forget.
I think it's or
North Korea or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's that show.
It's on now, actually, while we're recording.
No, that's right. And then you're gonna have and then I can tell, like, so what made it intriguing, like just the preview about the Warrior, is that you saw Mrs. Warrior crying. And you had the voice saying, hey, you have to tell both sides of the story. So I'm just like, oh, they're going to put like both of they're going to have both of those WWE documentaries together.
Yeah,
it made me think.
I'm skeptical on how this is going to go, this Ultimate Warrior one, because Dana Warrior is on the payroll at WWE. So I'm skeptical that I can't wait to watch it. I just am skeptical that it's going to be very one-sided. So like, it's going to be very pro Warrior. And we all know he doesn't necessarily deserve the pro side of it. Like he's a great, great superstar, great legend, deserves to be a Hall of Famer, all that stuff. But he was an asshole.
Yeah, he had some stuff.
So
and for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, again, you can go on YouTube right now and you can put on I would say right off the top of my head, go ahead and put in Warrior's comments about homosexuality, for example.
Right.
And he's got back then, I'll just say back then, who knows where his mind frame was before he left us. But when he recorded that, he had some stuff to say that in today would get him canceled. Like today, he would not have any merch or anything if these things were said now. So he had the Warrior had some stuff, and that's what I don't know if they're going to go into that. That's not what I'm talking about. Right. I think we're going to have if you ever watched the destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, I think we're going to have more of that than we did in the last documentary that they made. So you'll have when Bobby Heenan was talking about his matches with Andre and all of that. I think that's going to come up. I don't know. And then I'm sure there'll probably be some roid stuff and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to go into the racial and
no, probably not.
And xenophobia.
All right, let's we got a few last little bit of things here before we jump into the toy aisle. Speaking of things we watched, there's our RVD Icons, which was actually really good.
Yes.
Did you take that in?
I did, because RVD is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Okay.
So I was quite excited about that, and I'm glad that they are. It's starting to look like they're loosening up on the whole marijuana thing.
Yeah, they talked a lot about marijuana in that documentary.
Right. So I think, and then especially, I guess Vince is like, yeah, and we, basically record everything in Florida. So, what am I doing? At least they're not coked up. Let's right. Let's take our victories where we could get them.
Right. They need something. I thought it was really good. I don't really have much more to say than I thought it was good. And then Two Dudes with Attitude Untold. It's Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Another really good documentary. I mean, the WWE doesn't do a lot of bad documentaries, if any. But this one was another really, really good one. I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it yet, to take it in. Really good stuff there with the Two Dudes with Attitude Untold on the network or on the cock.
Well, because we like those stories, I like getting the stories of something that I didn't even think about for a long time.
Right.
So I haven't thought about Dudes with Attitude for years, and then so to come and hear some fresh stories is cool. That's why they're good. You know?
I agree. I hope we get something similar with the 2-man power trip from Stone Cold and Triple H.
Yeah, let's see. Let's hear the story behind that. How did they come up with doing that?
Yep. So and then we'll get to the NXT releases here in just a second. Will Ospreay injured, has to vacate the New Japan World title. So that's shitty, man. I'm not even a huge New Japan guy. But that is tough. That's
tough. A huge title. Whether you watch New Japan or not, that's a huge title to have to give up.
Yep. So best wishes to Will Ospreay. And then we got to get to the releases, the NXT releases. The big one, the biggest one we were waiting for happened today with Velveteen Dream. Good riddance.
EREAM. Yeah.
He's over. All right. Alexander Wolf. Let's see here. Ezra Judge, Skylar Story, Vanessa Bourne, Jessamine Duke, Kavita Devi, and referee Drake Wirtz and Jake Clemens, all cut by the company yesterday. Drake Wirtz, apparently a racist and all kinds of different things.
Oh, we'll see you later.
Yeah, so he's out. Smell you later. And
then Duke,
Dream.
like just before we go into Dream, I just wanted to give a shout out to Duke. I just felt like it's almost like she was a victim of the two women having babies, like Rhonda having a baby and Becky having a baby, like because she was part of the MMA 4 Horsewomen.
Yep.
And I think that was a storyline that they were going to try to build to, but now you had two of the prominent members of these factions having babies.
Yep.
So they had to go in another direction. And that's basically what she was. Like, that's all, like, she was kind of the muscle behind like Shayna Baszler when she was champ and everything. So, I kind of felt bad for her. Like, she didn't really get her. I don't think she really got the spotlight. I don't think she really got that chance.
I agree. We don't really need to get into any of the other, like, we know why Velveteen Dream was let go and stuff like that. I just wanted to acknowledge it. So that's
going to be a dark side of the ring. When they get to, talk about he was white hot. Like, he was way over. Like, think about that takeover in I believe it was in LA.
Yeah.
Where he comes out with the Hollywood Hogan stuff on and had like that, the whole, like, if you don't remember, like, go back and watch that takeover and listen to the pop when he comes out.
Yeah.
The guy was over. He was about to be a mega star and boom, like it just, the bottom falls out. Wow.
Yep. It's too bad. So, all right. I think that is it for the world of wrestling for this week. Before we get into the toy aisle, you guys know we got to let you know a little bit about figurecollections.com.
Of course.
Guys, how many figures do you have in your collection? 20, 50, 100? What about 43,000 figures? What? 43,000 figures. FigureCollections.com has a database of 43,000 action figures and toys, allowing you to search by character or series. You wonder how many freaking Undertaker figures there are? I'll give you a hint. It's over 300. You can see pictures of almost all of them by searching Undertaker in FigureCollections.com database. FigureCollections.com has been around since 2007, providing the best figure information, deals, and videos. You can get all the info over at FigureCollections.com. Check out the figure database today. It's FigureCollections.com.
Yes, sir. FigureCollections.com.
Sorry, man. I snuck back. Right. Go pee on those sponsor breaks.
I kind of figured that's why I'm always ready to talk when it's.
I slid right back into my chair as it was wrapping up there. So check out figurecollections.com/shop and order yourself the Bull Nakano Cello Retro. You can also pre-order the Dynamite Kid up there. Nick Aldis is up there. Blue Meanie 2-pack. And you can use the code RUNIN for 10% off over at figurecollections.com/shop. You can also go to figurecollections.com/store and check out his eBay store, and then go to it's actually iHeart Action Figures. Go to iHeartActionFigures.com and join his Facebook group. All right, DJ, you ready to dive into Walk That Toy Aisle?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's time to walk that toy out. A little light week this week, but we did get some. Actually, I was just scrolling comicbook.com here when we were reading about the NXT releases, and I see Hero Collector reveals WWE Natalya and Jim Neidhart Championship Collection set exclusive. It's a 2-pack with Natty and Anvil from Hero Collector. So. It looks pretty cool. Anvil's got that little hat on that he used to wear, and his leather jacket with the tassels. And then Natty's got the same leather jacket on, and her hair's down. It's a pretty cool. These Hero Collector statues, they're small, but they're awesome stuff. So that was we literally just saw that as we were talking about the NXT releases. So. Right. There was some news this past Saturday on WWE.com. Nothing really brand spanking new, but we did see pictures of WWE Top Picks Basics. It's The Rock, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, and Bray Wyatt. as the Fiend. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, come in with a jacket. It's pretty cool for a basic. We saw the pictures for Apollo Crews, Roman Reigns, Silver Surfer, Rey Mysterio, Kane, and Bailey, all part of the SummerSlam set. They're all basics. We also saw the championship showdown packs, Mankind versus Stone Cold, the British Bulldog in jeans, which I cannot wait for, versus British Bulldog, and then China versus Trish. Any of these tickle your fanny? Your fanny, Jesus. That would be the episode title if we were doing that. Tickle your fanny, tickle your fancy. Any of these tickle your fancy?
No, not in particular. Like I'm not, and I guess basics are kind of, you got to do like basics. You got to. It's hard for me to want to dive in. To be honest with you. I didn't like the Silver Surfer idea to begin with. I thought Ray had a bunch of other outfits I think you could have gone with.
Yep.
That you haven't done yet. Like that's how, he's had so many outfits. Like you can go on forever and you won't, and you cannot copy.
Yep.
I do think the British Bulldog in jeans though, that is really cool.
Yeah, I like that. The thing that's a little bit weird though is these come with, not a huge deal, but they come with these side plates, and for a belt that's not out yet. And the Big Boss Man one that comes in that pack, like the side plate has like his blue shirt, black pants gimmick, like the.
Oh, that's funny. The prison guard.
Yeah, like, but then the figure,
the OG prison guard.
Yeah, in the figure, he's like in the all black getup, like the when he was part of the. With Vince there when he's part of the I forget what they called it, but the
corporation.
Exactly, the corporation. Thank you. And then we also saw the 2-pack of The Rock and Mankind, the Rock and Sock Connection.
Yeah,
2-pack. That is tempting as hell.
I think I'm getting that.
All right. And then what else did we see? We got AEW Tag Team Championship belt is in stock at Ringside Collectibles. This is like the dress-up belt, like the kid's toy belt. And then
maybe we ought to do that for the
for the predictions.
Yeah.
And then AEW dropped pictures of their brand new set coming. It is Wave 6, I believe, Series 6.
Yes.
It is Jack Hager, Chris Jericho, Ray Phoenix, Sheeta, MJF, and Penta, and that's it. It's those, and then Jack Hager is the rare, and Jericho is the chase. I actually like the Jericho chase with the sunglasses and the jacket. It looks pretty good. I'm not gonna grab any of these. The regular Jake Hager looks, I think, terrible. It just looks plain as hell. Pentagon and Ray Phoenix look really good.
As usual.
Yeah, those guys are toyetic as hell. But whatever you guys want, you can pre-order at Ringside Collectibles. Any thoughts on these, DJ?
Yeah, I did a cameo for our buddy Phil Gentile show.
That's right.
Yeah, we did a little reveal talk on this. I'm definitely so the Sheeta is happening. I think in my opinion, she's the best looking figure on the whole in the series. And then I am like, even though I do have the Lucha Brothers, and it's one of those like how we talk about, okay, I have these particular characters. I don't think I'm gonna need another one, right? And then they make another one, and it's like, oh my god, this is my favorite color combination. Like black and gold is my favorite color combination. So it's like, why did you guys do that? And even the tattoos and everything, I think they did better even on their tattoos. Even like they look more defined, and like at least in these pictures they do.
Oh, so those are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, those are a maybe. But definitely the sheet is happening.
Nice. One thing, just to circle back here, we've been doing this the last couple of weeks. We didn't talk about AEW moving to TBS.
Oh God, yeah.
And that AEW is going to be on Friday next week, so we probably won't talk about AEW. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen that AEW is moving to TBS. I don't know what to think of this deal, to be honest with you. I don't know if this is good for them, bad for them. I really don't know. I don't know like what the reasoning is. I assume TNT gets more viewers, but I don't know for sure. So,
I don't know why they're permanently going to do it. Yeah.
I don't really.
I understand Friday, like what's happening with that.
Because the NBA playoffs,
right?
I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on this just because I don't really know. The concern was like what I was joking about with you guys or joking about earlier with the TNT title. Like, what's it going to be called now? Just the TV title? You know, what are they going to do with it? So, other than that, though, I don't really care. Not that I don't care, but I just am not really like wondering like why they're doing this. I just think I don't know. I got no thoughts on it, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and there's probably, like you have TBS that has no original programming. Like TNT has all of these shows that are TNT shows, right? TBS has nothing.
Right.
It's all reruns. Like when you watch TBS, it's all reruns, and then Atlanta Braves baseball. So, so I think that's why they're doing this, and you probably saw, I don't know if you saw this, but their ratings, like AEW's ratings from last night went to 800,000.
Right.
So they did not hit the million.
Yep.
So, I think the ratings are a little bit fragile for them. And I say this because, I know Raw's I know somebody listening to this. Yeah, Raw's ratings are not great either. But they're not great is 1 million and something.
Right.
Okay. and then SmackDown is kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see what NXT did.
I didn't either, actually.
But, but for them, this is their flagship show. And I don't care what they say with all the, in this demo we did, like, they want to see, like, not hitting 1 million is not good. Like, now that you don't even have the other show on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've seen some people that are AEW haters, like you said, like we're not. But I've seen people say, look, it's not good that when they don't have that lead, like they're not going to get that audience coming off of the NBA game.
Right.
Because that's some people think that's how they've gotten some of their numbers. Go ahead.
I can use that same argument though. Like you have SmackDown on Fox, which so they're getting ads during the NFL season, and they couldn't pull people back in. Like the ratings weren't great during the fall for SmackDown. Like there was no rating spike or anything like that. But
no, there was not.
So we'll see what happens with all that. Let's get back to toys. We forgot that little tidbit.
No, that was a good thing to talk about. But yeah, go ahead.
AEW, there is a barbed wire accessory pack, which comes with a chair wrapped in barbed wire, a bat wrapped in barbed wire, a broom wrapped in barbed wire, a chain, and a barbed wire rack table. $20 on Ringside Collectibles right now. I don't think this is a Ringside exclusive, so this might actually show up in Walmarts and stuff, and Targets and all that. But pretty cool that Jax or Jazzwares is doing an accessory pack. This is one thing I feel like we're missing here in the world of wrestling. Although I'm not sure what accessories I would want. I actually have this as a question down here for you. Is there like an accessory pack that you would want?
I would like to see some more titles where I don't have to get figures. Like, and I'm talking about like some of the OG titles. Like, I think we get plenty of the newer titles on wrestlers that we even want. Right. So I don't have there's no shortage of that, but I'm talking like, some more Eagle titles, some more,
old school,
how about
Intercontinental?
Yeah, the old school. Like, I'm talking about the green leather with the circle, plate in front. when the world title had the green leather, all that. So I mean, we got the Wendy Richter with that OG women's title. So I know they, so they definitely know the history and they will make it. But I would like to see some packs where I can get, where I don't have to buy, like I don't need to buy these particular figures that I don't want,
Right. I'm with you, man, on the titles. That's one thing that came like to my mind immediately was like Ringside had an exclusive pack a while back where you got like 5 titles for like $22 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was like the old school tag team, like Ruthless Aggression era tag team titles, like the NWO title was in there, the hardcore title. It was like a good mix of eras, and I thought that was like a cool pack. I wish they would do that again. I think they made 2 of them in total. I would love to see them do that again, but we'll see what happens. I don't have a need for other accessories like that besides what comes with figures. Like I'm displaying these, I'm not playing with them, so I don't need, I don't need a barbed wire bat, or although that might look cool with Cactus Jack. But
I want to say Cactus Jack holding up a. And then don't you have Terry?
Oh yeah, I have Terry Funk. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. I might snag that. We'll see. Sticking with the theme of retros, Todd Pettingill was announced as Zombie Sailor's next figure in his retro line. I'm so pumped for this.
Look at Todd getting some, Todd's getting, he's starting to get a couple checks here.
Yeah, his first ever figure. And his promo was pretty funny with it on Zombie Sailor's page. He's like, will the mullet come with it? You'll have to wait and see. Will it come with the mullet?
And then he's going to be in your house again. Come on, Todd, let's go.
He knows retro is hot, man. He knows the retro thing is hot. New WWE Pops were announced. It is the Jerry King Lawler, which looks really good. Jerry King Lawler, Rey Mysterio. Let's see here. I lost Asuka and the Street Profits, Montez Ford and D'Angelo Hawkins. Jerry Lawler looks beautiful. These actually are up for pre-order on heroeshideout.com. You can use run 10 for 10% off. Oh no, it's run in. I forget what our fucking code is at Heroes. I know. I'm a mess tonight, guys. I'm a mess. Run space 10 for 10% off.
Space 10.
Oh no, I lied. It's run space in for 10% off. We haven't mentioned it in so long. I freaking forgot. So you can order those, and there's a Jerry Lawler signed version that you can order on Heroes Hideout's website. And then there's a Roman Reigns Wreck Everyone and Leave with the title, Amazon exclusive. And then there is an Xavier Woods Target exclusive. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Those will be coming soon. I know the Roman is available on for pre-order on Amazon already, and we tweeted that out earlier today. So check our Twitter feed to find the link for that. There was ECW Micro Brawlers announced this week from Pro Wrestling Tees. It's for 1 week only, a pre-order, and it was Sandman, RVD, and Sabu. And the RVD, apparently there is a chase with him with red eyes, like he's high.
Oh, oh, that's great.
So that deal ends tomorrow. If you're listening to this on Friday, it ends today at 1 p.m. So get on that. And that's it for wrestling figure news. The only other news we got, DJ, for figures this week is that Hasbro Pulse is going to have some kind of Transformers reveal tomorrow, it being Friday. So keep your eye on Hasbro Pulse. Pulse. Jeez.
The Pulse.
Getting late, man, here. I'm getting tired.
I'm about to say bangs are
it's not working tonight for some reason. The bang is not working for me tonight. So let's keep it moving. We knew we didn't have a lot of wrestling figure news to talk about, or action figure news to talk about. So we put a question up into the Fig Cave. I said, anybody got any questions for us? Leave them below. We got some good ones. John James, friend of the show. He says, let's see. How devastated How devastated were you when you heard about the Miz injury, and how many days off work did you take off until you recovered? I had to take short-term disability. Oh man, I love how much John James loves the Miz.
Chris had to do a wellness check here after
Chris Chris Matthews from the WrestleGeddon podcast asked, how awesome is that new amazing AEW standout Luther? Taking a spot from that's Jericho's friend, taking a spot from someone else that probably deserves it a lot more. We talked about the AEW figure reveal. So I'm going to pick this question, DJ. Okay. Jeff Guyette, for another friend of the show. He says, I'll stick with, what is your least favorite figure in your collection? What is your least favorite figure in your collection? It's a good question, dude. That is a very, very good question. I don't know what mine was. Like, I just got rid of my Masters of the Universe Origins line. Man, you know what it is? I actually got rid of it. But I'm showing it on the videos. It's not this figure,
right?
But these are what the hell are these figures called? Mego?
I'm about to say Migos, right?
Migos. I had the Andre the Giant one.
So
This is a Cliff Clavin from Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
I have Cliff, Woody, and Norm from Cheers.
Right.
But I had the Andre the Giant, and it was just like sitting in my Detolf in the box, and I was just like, why do I have this? I feel the same way about the Cheers ones. Like, why do I have these?
Right.
So that's gonna be mine. My Andre the Giant. What are they called? Migos?
Yeah. Migos.
Migos is a rap group.
And they're also a group, yes.
I'm looking around here too to see like what else I could
twist it like a stir fry.
I don't really have. I don't know, man.
That's what you have me. You have me looking back here.
It's a tough question. It's a tough question.
I guess for me, like, I guess like it has to be my, like, because I can't. I feel like there's nothing I can do with this figure. It's the I have the Velveteen Dream like print shirt figure.
Oh yeah, you got to do something with that.
Yeah, nobody wants that. I don't think anybody wants it.
put it up on eBay. Somebody will buy that. Somebody will buy that off of eBay, I bet. Especially since like he probably won't be getting any other figures.
True.
So, thanks for the questions, guys. We're gonna keep doing that. If we don't have a whole lot to talk about, we'll throw questions out there on Twitter or on the Fig Cave Facebook group. All right, DJ, time for weekly purchases. You got anything good?
Man, okay, so this is the reason why I don't have any purchases is so I went to like today. I went to Target. I was like, okay, let me go in here, just go on the hunt. Maybe something will fall in my lap here.
Yep.
And now my Target is literally full of Cena, Nikolai Volkov, and Vader. Like that's all that the entire wrestling section is those three figures.
Shit. So I went in today myself, and mine was Bobby Heenan, Razor Ramon,
interesting,
John Cena, and Nikolai Volkov. Like that was the mix of legends, and it was like full. It was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It was full. Like it was the peg was full of those figures. Nikolai is the new peg warmer.
Oh man,
poor guy.
I would buy that if I didn't already have a Nikolai Volkov figure. I have the first Elite that he had from the Legends line. Like I was a 2-pack, I believe, with Iron Sheik, right. And I have that, and it's got the Russian flag on it and stuff. So like I'm not going to get rid of that one, and I'm not like I don't think the one that's out now is an upgrade. So
I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't think so either. So yeah, so I hunted but did not find this week too many of the same figures going around here.
I actually only got 2 things this week.
Okay.
I got if you guys have not checked out Forbidden Figures. Is it Forbidden Figures or Forbidden Figurines? ForbiddenFigurines.com.
Okay.
This is a woman who she has an Instagram as well. She makes custom belts for your figures. Very cool stuff. She has a subscription service that you have to sign up for on the 15th of the month. But then in her shop, like friend of the show, Charles Andrew, bought me the big gold belt with a Ric Flair nameplate. Now these are for your figures. But the detail on them is unreal. So I bought the NWA 10 pounds of gold belt. Right now she's got a pack of IC titles, old school WWF IC title with the WWF logo. Yep. And it comes, you can get it in yellow, blue, white, yep, gold, or black with the red WWF logo. But there's also a set of 5 of them for $100, which honestly $20 each is not bad for a belt. I'm thinking about buying the 5-pack because I have a gold dust that I can put the gold one on. I have the Ultimate Warrior where I can put a yellow one. I have a HBK where I can put a white and a blue on. And then I have Steamboat and Savage that I could use that red logo WWF one for. So definitely check the site out, forbiddenfigurines.com. Awesome detail on the belts.
Yeah,
awesome
sir.
work. And they're all custom made. Like they're all made to order. It's unreal.
I mean, the 10 pounds of gold NWA, the IWGP USA belt.
Yeah.
What's the blade? Like, I want to know what the Blade Runners thing is.
That is that's one of the subscription services that she offers. Okay. So it's sold out. It's, I believe, tag team belts that she was doing. So if you keep going, like the Elite is at the bottom, that's the subscription service. So with the subscription service, you actually get to, you vote for, she puts like 2 belts out there for the month. This month it was the AEW world title and the old NWA television title. And only people who are part of the subscription service can vote. Then they get the belt for a discount. And then 30 days after, the belt becomes available to the public. So nice. It's a little bit of an exclusive deal. But it's, the belts become available eventually. So you have the chance to buy them, and they're just, I can't tell you, like, pictures don't even do it justice. The website doesn't do it justice. Definitely if you're like on the fence about it, you buy the belt you want, and then just like when you get it, you'll have no regrets. I promise you.
Yeah. And, I'm impressed.
The only other thing I got was Stash Pages. We've talked about them on the show before. They make bootleg shirts. Right. I got the WCW Spring Break 2001 crew shirt and cup. So I got that in the mail today, or not.
Was
today,
that the Sting? Is that the place you sent that Sting T-shirt picture? Or
no,
link?
That was a different boot. That's a different bootleg site. I'm loving bootleg shirts lately, man. I'm loving them. I'm rocking one right now. This is from Too Sweet Merch. It's the Owen Hart. That he put out last year. So I love them. I love the bootleg shirts. But that's it for the toy aisle this week, guys. Short walk through the toy aisle, but I'm sure there'll be more stuff to talk about next week. It's time now for Falls Count Anywhere. Falls Count Anywhere, brought to you by figtees.co.uk. They make, we just talked about custom belts for your custom belts for your figs. They make custom t-shirts for your figs. Right. You can get pretty much any shirt you want. The NBA playoffs are going on right now. He's got NBA jerseys up there.
Oh, nice.
You go to that website, use the code RUN20 for 20% off any order. He's coming from the UK, but we're giving you 20% off on anything you order from his site. So DJ, man, more great news for PlayStation 5 owners. Grand Theft Auto, not 6. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out for PS5. What's the point, man? Give me GTA 6.
Especially like right now, I can get the PlayStation 4 version of GTA 5 and play it on the PS5. It looks very like every PS4 game that you play on a PS5 still looks very good. The load time is faster when you get to those points where you need to load something.
Right.
This is like, dude, put all your effort. Like, get all those guys that are working on GTA 5 for PS5, get them back to work on GTA 6. We don't need 5.
November 11th, 2021 it'll be coming out. But I feel like they're just making so much freaking money on the online version of GTA 5 that like we might never get another GTA. I've actually never played the online version of GTA.
I have. It's a very funny community. I mean, there was once a friend of mine, me and him like set up like a whole like car show, right? Like where we tell people, hey, no guns or anything, just come and show off your best car, right? like have a real car show.
That's kind of cool.
And it went fine for about 20 minutes. And then of course somebody
went in and started blowing everybody up.
Yes.
Oh man, I would have done that. I would have just walked in there with like a rocket launcher or something.
Oh yeah, that was the first. Like somebody's car, you just see it blow up into the sky because somebody just shot a rocket launcher, and then you see it, and it was just like real life. You see everybody running to their car to get out of there.
That's so wild. This is crazy. I was like, while we were talking about this, I'm like, when did GTA 5? Like, when was the original release date?
Yeah,
you got guess. Do you have a guess?
I'm gonna go 2018.
No. 2013 is when the original.
You're kidding me.
September 17th, 2013 is when GTA 5 came out. So they are milking this cow for all it is worth, man. All that it's worth. Like, come on, 8 years, we can't get a new game.
Wow.
Wild, right?
Yes.
You're like in shock.
I'm in shock. I can't believe it.
8 years, man. Unreal. Unbelievable. I'm not gonna buy this. I have GTA 5 for PS4. I'll keep it for the PS4, and I haven't even played it in probably 3 years.
Right, and I want to say like the way I got this copy was the PS Plus, or PlayStation Plus. I think it was free one time. Yep.
All right. Yeah, GTA 5, guys, November. Last thing here, just a little bit of new Derek Jeter docu-series coming from ESPN Films. Even as a Red Sox fan, I'm all for this. ESPN Films today announced a multi-part documentary series.
So it's kind of like his last ride, kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I was getting with it, or going with it. It's going to tell the story of Jeter's professional and personal triumphs and challenges. Documentary series will use Jeter's journey as a vessel to tell a larger cultural story that explores race, family, community, rivalries, and more. The heartbeat of the project is candid access to the man who helped restore shine to a team, a city, and a culture. I wonder if there'll be any stories about like his hookup shenanigans where like, you know, he bangs some broad and then gives them a care package on the way out.
Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. Like besides little tidbits like that, there's a lot we don't know about Derek Jeter when you really think about it.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's why I'm intrigued. And, you know, and you got like, you know, I have friends that are multiracial and they tell me like they're part of the story of what happens to them racially. So I want to see if those kind of match up as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I, you know, like if we were doing the thing on, you know, that show with Poppy and where they say, "Are you intrigued?" CC, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I mean, Jeter. It's hard to say anything bad about Jeter, even though back in like 2003, I was the Red Sox fan who owned a Yankees suck shirt and it said Jeter Swallows on the back.
Oh my God!
I was 21 years old. Oh, here we go with DJ's Boston accent.
I was like, let me see if he catches it.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Suck.
Oh my God. I'm done. Good night.
Man.
I was trying to say.
You're really bothered by that, aren't you?
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay.
What I was trying to say is I respect the hell out of Jeter. I'm looking forward to watching this. Yeah. There was I'm really good friends with a Yankees fan. And we were talking about this the other day, how like I loved Mattingly. I love Paul O'Neill. Like there are Pettit. Like there are certain Yankees who I liked.
No.
Yeah, Posada wasn't terrible.
What about Williams?
I kind of nothing him. Rivera though, I dug.
All right, and Sandman.
Yeah. So, looking forward to that. I like that ESPN realizes how good they did with the Last Dance, and they're just going to keep things like this going. I mean, 30 for 30s have always been good too. Like it's not like this is like Last Dance was their first one that was super good. They've had a ton that have been really good. So,
but that one, I felt like the Last Dance, they really, really let them get candid. Like like they even just when they come back from break, they're like, look, you're gonna hear some F-bombs. Like every time they came back from commercial. And boom, I'm like, wait, I'm watching. This is just ESPN, right? And and you're hearing F-bombs. I'm just like, all right, well, they're really going at this. So,
viewer discretion is advised.
Right. So, boom, and I feel like which is the way I feel like TV should be handled anyway.
Yeah.
When I was in Australia for a while, that after 10 o'clock, that was it. Like there was you saw the theatrical version of a movie that was on network TV. Like there was no beeping, no nothing, no blurring, nothing. It's like, dude, after 10 o'clock, that's on you if your kid is watching this. And that I kind of like, I'm like, yeah, I kind of think that's how it should go.
Yep, absolutely. All right, DJ, speaking of watching stuff, what you watching this week?
So I know both of us are gonna be in playoff mode, right? I mean, playoff play in, right? Yep. Like I still count, to me, that counts as the playoffs. Like
for sure.
Yeah. And I think it like the games I finally got to go to a friend's house, besides when we watched the AEW pay-per-view together, but got to go to a friend's house and watch, sports and just be able to sit there and yell at the screen for, with your boys. And so we did that, like with the, me being a Laker fan and living up here in the Bay Area. So, of course I was like the lone Laker fan watching the Laker Warrior game. And that came just like your game. Like I saw you, I saw what you went through last night as well. Went down to the wire.
Man, yeah, it was last night. I mean, they won, but it was just,
right.
I'm watching the NHL playoffs. I actually haven't watched much of the NBA playoffs. I actually have not watched much of the NBA at all this season. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. Maybe because the Celtics suck
this year. Well, they're in.
Yeah, they won the play-in game the other day. But yeah, it just
your boy dropping a 50 piece.
Yeah. I don't know. I just haven't really been into the NBA this year for some reason. But yeah, NHL playoffs where it's at Bruins are the big win last.
What is it in the hierarchy of sports over there? Like, isn't the Bruins aren't they the number one team?
No. Patriots are number one. Red Sox are number two. Bruins are number three, and Celtics are number four. Okay. Like that's how it goes in Boston. Like that's how they're ranked. The Patriots are definitely number one. Like you could put talk radio, like sports talk radio on right now, and they'll be talking about the Patriots.
That's funny.
It's crazy.
It
drives my old man nuts. He's like, why won't they talk about hockey? Why won't they talk about like he gets so mad.
Right.
He's like, I love the Patriots, but I'm sick of hearing them talk about it all day, every day. So it's definitely the Patriots.
Right.
Bruins might be ahead just because of the time of year. Like nobody really cares about the Red Sox right now just because it's May.
Right.
More people care about what the Bruins are doing right now. So because it's the playoffs. But man, that series with Washington is going to be tough. I'm not confident that they're going to win it. I think it's just a bad matchup for them. And they're not scoring as much as they should be. It's getting physical. It's just the downfall for the Capitals is their goaltending. Thank God. So hopefully the Bruins can squeak it out.
Because I mean, and the reason why I asked that question is because I spent the summer at Martha's Vineyard one summer.
Yep.
And so again, the NHL and the NBA playoffs were going. And so I went to the local sports bar and I wanted to see it was actually the NBA finals.
Yep.
But it was on the same night as a Bruin game.
Yep.
And so this is a sports bar that has 100 screens all over the place. I was like, look, can you just put the NBA finals on that little, I'll sit in that booth right there in front of that little 22-inch screen right there. And I'll eat and drink, so I'm not just a guy that's just coming in here and just going to freeload. And because, the cabin we were staying in did not have television. So, and the Wi-Fi was very bad. So
that sounds like a crazy Martha's Vineyard thing. Like if you were here, like if you went to that bar that we went to while you were here, and the Bruins and the Celtics were playing at the same time.
It wasn't the Celtics though. Like that's
yeah. Even still, if it was NBA Finals or if it was right now. You'd have a bunch of NBA games on one TV or on one side or whatever, and then a bunch of NHL games on another side. Like it wouldn't be. That's like an anomaly. That's like not a whole.
Yeah, and he straight turned me down.
That's so weird.
Sorry, dude.
That's so weird. No, like I've been with my trivia nights. I've not gone in because the Bruins were in the finals. Like they're like, no, we're just gonna put the things on the TV, the games on the TV. And I've never had that happen with the Celtics. So,
oh wow, okay.
And the same thing with the World Series with the Red Sox a couple years ago against the Dodgers. Like that game that went till 4:00 in the morning. I was DJing at the bar. I was DJing a Halloween party at the bar I was doing trivia at, and the game was on, the whole time. And they let us stay after hours because I worked there to see the end of the game. So yeah, it's definitely Patriots, Red Sox. I'd say Red Sox and Bruins right now are tied, and then Celtics. And you know what's funny is that you brought that up. Not that everybody wants to hear about Boston sports all night, but that Celtics fans and Bruins fans, I mean, they don't hate each other, but there's definitely a little bit of a rivalry there. Like diehard Celtics fans and diehard Bruins fans. I don't have any ill will towards any of the Boston teams or any other fans or anything like that. But there is Bruins fans look down on Celtics fans and vice versa. So
why?
I have no idea. No idea.
Building or
they share a building. The Bruins actually own the building. So I don't know if it has to do with that or what the deal is, but
so they're treating the Celtics like the Clippers.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird dynamic, but I mean, everybody wants everybody to win, but it's just it's just weird that's actually a thing. But yeah, I'm just watching the NHL playoffs, man. I haven't watched anything else besides that. And well,
you've only missed the play-in games for NBA, so it's still about to be the first round.
Right. Once we get going here with the Celtics, I'll definitely be more tuned in. But yeah, right now it's just been the NBA playoffs for me. I haven't really watched much of anything else. Me and my wife still have not watched Nobody. Maybe this weekend it's not going to happen this weekend. Her sister's coming into town, so I was
also watching Them on Amazon. I started that.
Yep.
Very it's got a if you've seen the movie Get Out, it's got that kind of a vibe.
Yep.
But they're taking some actual historical stuff that happened, and how South, you're kind of seeing how South Central became the way that it is.
Yeah.
In this, as you're kind of seeing a little bit of a horror movie kind of a thing. So, yeah. So it's got me very intrigued. I can see why people were talking about it so much. It got me intrigued.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Other than that, though, I think that's it, man, for this week. Show number 50.
Woohoo!
All right, before everybody tunes out because we just said that's the end of the show. A couple things we got to tell you guys. Don't forget, especially if you like free stuff, don't forget we've got a Black Power Ranger figure that we're giving away courtesy of Buy, Sell, Trade Toys. He hooked us up. He's hooking us up with a weekly giveaway. So make sure all you got to do is retweet our pinned tweet and share our new show post on Instagram to automatically be entered. Last week's winner, the Adam Cole fan takeover, is again, is it Damon Killer or Demon Killer? 93. I can't read my writing.
I thought earlier you said demon.
All right. Well, I'll reach out to you on Twitter because I can't read my own writing, but it's either Damon Killer or Demon Killer. 13 or 93.
Money on Demon.
93. Let's see. I'm on the thing right now. Let's see. Where is it? I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm a mess.
Man, I need to go. You named yourself Damon Killer. Damn. Like, what did Damon do to you?
What do you got against Johnny Damon? It is Demon Killer 93. Joseph Salenza, you are the winner of the Adam Cole fan takeover. So slide into our DMs. And again, all you guys got to do is retweet or share our post about our brand new episode to be entered for that Black Power Ranger. Coming up next week, we'll announce the winner of that. Make sure you listen to DJ on the Fig Cave podcast with Phil Gentile, talking about the AEW figure releases. Phil over there at the Fig Cave also has a collar and elbow deal for you. If you go to collarandelbow.com, you can save 10% by using the code CAVE. Make sure you check out Figure Collections. Order those Chella Retros. They're going to go quick. Figurecollections.com/shop and use the code RUN IN for 10% off. Got to give a shout out to coming down the aisle, John Swallow. He gave us a shout out on his pod this week. Make sure you're checking out Kenny's podcast, the Call Up. Make sure you're checking out Buy Sell Trade Toys at Buy Sell Trade Toys on Instagram and use the code RUN10 for 10% off. HeroesHideout.com. Use the code RUN10 for 10% off. Keystone Retro has a code Turnbuckle Tavern. Make sure you're listening to them and the WrestleGeddon podcast. You can follow us. Everything you need is on runinpod.com. Our Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pro Wrestling Tees store. All of it's there. But just in case, youtube.com/the Run-In Podcast, prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod. Twitter is at Run-In Podcast. Instagram is at the Run-In Pod. Mine is at Tommy Paradise, PAIRODICE for both Instagram and Twitter. DJ.
And I am Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch is all the same. Fig Night 27, FIGKNIGHT 27, and come watch me, shoot up some collectors and as I'm going through Mass Effect here.
Awesome. I got to jump on there and subscribe to you. So I'm still trying to figure out Twitch. I feel like such an old man.
What is this thing?
Yeah, exactly. But we got a Run-In podcast Twitch coming soon too. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. My name is Tommy Paradise.
And it's your boy DJ up here in the rafters.
All right. And this has been another episode of the Run-In podcast. Have yourselves a lovely night.